What's going on, everybody? I hope you're all well, and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. I got my coffee, we're ready to explore a little further down the Risen Road. See a lot of smoke and ash up here. And see what kind of trouble we can get into yonder. It's about time we pushed up into this portion of the game.
Something's burning.
Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty safe bet. That pitchfork, I don't think we'll be having much use for that. Lots of burning ground conditions.
More drow. Fist at the ready.
Be at ease. I don't come seeking battle. We are gonna get that reaction a lot as a drow.
You're different than the others. I can tell. It was a massacre. Drow and goblins slaughtered the lot. My poor Yatsik never stood a chance. He should never have been here in the first place. I'm the one that talked him into joining the Fist.
I can't blame
Now,
yourself for
please
things
just
like that.
Leave me be. Speak to the Gauntlet if you want to know more.
That's fine. Who's dealing with loss? She doesn't necessarily want to chit-chat to us.
Open up.
Some drow raiders here. Now, what are the odds we can speak to the dead on him? Let's get our rituals up first things first. Corpse is too damaged. Of course, if we tried to do that on him, we'd have a very bad day. I'm sure a lot of these corpses are too damaged. This one looks in pretty good condition.
Someone needs help. Excellent armor. Drow craft, of course.
Hope the fists don't have a problem with this.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Why were you at the inn?
Raid. Retrieval. For the absolute.
Have you forsaken Lolth?
False. Goddess. Only absolute.
And that is very interesting to take note of, because drow typically are quite reverent of Lolth. So whatever's going on with the absolute, it's making all these people forsake their gods. What were you trying to retrieve?
Grand Duke. Absolute demands him.
We've heard bits and pieces about Grand Duke Ravengard from the little things we've found and read up on. A lot of people are unhappy with his administration, actually. Was the raid successful?
The corpse remains silent. It does not know.
Why were you trying to take the Duke?
Take to Moonrise Towers.
We've also learned a little bit about Moonrise Towers. Moonrise is where the drow inside the grove received his religion, which is basically where he got a tadpole planted in his head. They're just not aware that that's the case. We can talk to the dead goblin raider too. A bucket of water is not gonna serve you like you think it will.
Soldier.
Karlach, you can go first.
Grand Duke Ravengards could be inside. Don't just stand there. Push.
Any kind of strength feat is gonna be good for Karlach. Show him how it's done, Karlach. Show him how we open doors around here. There we go.
Inside. Hurry. We don't have much time.
We're actually gonna split the party here. We'll send Karlach inside by herself.
We hear you. Stay where you are. We don't have much time. Fight out. Help.
We'll send the strong one in.
Door's gonna blow. If we open it, there's an inferno waiting for us.
Knock this down for us, Karlach.
We can talk.
Go ahead.
Come I'm afraid proper thanks must wait.
That's fine. Karlach, see yourself out.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
We'll go back to our main character.
Fresh air. At last. Your boldness is a blessing. I'm in your debt.
Counselor, are you all right?
It takes more than mere fire to break me, Eva. Now listen close, Fist. Duty calls. Drow have taken Grand Duke Ulder Ravengard westward, if my eyes and ears can be believed. Gauntlet, report to the man and send for reinforcements. We must find the Duke.
On your command, Counselor.
The rest of you, count the dead. Take word of their sacrifice to this city. And you, I must ask again for your aid. Please, rescue Ravengard from his drow captors. The Council will reward you for your effort. May
I'm
I
sure that
trust
they
you'll see
would.
it through?
High-ranking politicians would be nice to have in our pocket. The Drow took the Duke to Moonrise Towers.
Moonrise Towers, along the old road. That place is cursed. Few could survive there, unless darker forces are at work. This was no random attack. The Grand Duke was their target.
I'll search for Duke Ravengard.
Thank you. And should your courage falter, remember the Duke's generosity.
Why do you think I'm accepting the task in the first
Approach
place?
the towers with care. The land itself has been swallowed in shadow. I will seek reinforcements and join you when I can.
Realistically, none of this big city stuff is any of my problem, but... Alright. So we have a quarterstaff, the Spell Sparkler. We have a Jolt Shooter, which is a longbow. And we have a Trident, which is a thrown weapon. What are we interested in here? I think we could give the Trident to Shadowheart. We can give the longbow to any of our combatants, really. Let's take the Trident. Hey, Karlach, you're not done yet. Back into the flames, if you would please. Could hear somebody else screaming up yonder. Hopefully it's not too late for this person. If it's not, that's good. Karlach, use your strength.
Quick! Get me out!
Get some natural fire resistance.
The fire! Hurry! Get this thing off me!
We are certainly strong enough to yoink this thing up. Indeed.
Yes!
Light work for Karlach.
You did it! Thank you. Now, how the hell do we get out of here?
Come on, follow me.
Right. I'll try to keep up.
Get rid of this door. Come on, friend. This way. There you go.
They slaughtered everyone. Mary. Oh, Mary. No.
Alright,
Well,
let's take our character up here now and talk to him.
these boots have seen everything.
We're gonna use our face character for conversations like this. We just needed Karlach's brute strength.
Mary. No. Gods, no, no, no. You should have stayed. You should have been with me.
How did you two get separated?
I was in our room. We had a fight. If I just kept my mouth shut about that bloody dowry, she'd still be here.
What was that about a dowry?
It's for a sister's wedding. I made a stupid joke about keeping it. We argued about it for hours. Then she took the dowry and left. She said I'd never see her again. She was right.
This isn't on you. There was no way you could have known.
I'm sorry, Mary. I'm so sorry. Please, just go. I need a moment with her.
I bet you do. Now, he mentioned a dowry, and typically, you know, in general, my opinion on grief is the
Very well.
the little things can help you deal with grief, any kind of keepsake or things like that. So, we will go ahead and look for this dowry that they have. Stained book. Greet your inner Goliath. Knee grabber, half shanks, stones cast by your enemies, designed to keep you down, or stepping stones, so you can rise above. Inside every gnome lies an inner Goliath. By setting aside doubt, negativity, and a modest subscription fee, you too can learn to grow, inside and out. Details over leaf, don't delay. Harness your hidden height, and watch your enemies shrink before you. That's funny. Gnomes do actually have an ability to become quite large in this game. So far.
Wish I had a
Why
bag
not?
holding.
Never know when we might need to wash up. Want to be covered in blood for the wrong occasion. We're not going to loot the fist by accident. Let's be very cautious about that. Now we'll recast Speak with Dead. Make sure it's the goblin, not the fist. We don't want things to turn into a shit show here.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Was your mission successful?
The corpse remains silent. It does not know.
So he died early then. Did you leave any survivors?
Slaves. Good. Raid.
So they took slaves. How did you die?
Fell. Dagger. Neck. Stupid.
He fell on his own knife. That's the most goblin thing I've ever heard. Why were you after the Duke?
Absolute. Wants him.
Yeah, I guess that's all you would need to know, right? Blind followers. Who are you?
Krog. Hunter.
That's
The
about all we
spell's
want from
power
him
wanes.
anyways.
You can ask no more questions.
Hell of a hunter falling on its own blade like that. It reminds me of World War Z. You know, I went to see World War Z in the theaters when it first came out, in 3D, actually. And when that dude fell on his gun and shoots himself in the head by accident, it's like the funniest thing I had ever seen. Hilarious. The last hope for humanity just
Anything
kills
loose?
himself on the spot by slipping on a plane ramp. Just a little fire, we'll be fine. Hey, stop, drop, and roll if you need to. Okay. Now I think, surprisingly enough, this Flame and Fist mercenary we can loot freely. I wonder if that means we can speak to her freely too. Let's catch the fist side of what went down here.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Who are you?
Gauntlet. Marilla. Flaming Fist.
She's a human. What happened to the Duke?
The corpse remains silent. She doesn't know.
Do you know of any survivors?
Dead or dying.
So she's part of the front line that broke pretty quick. Where are you from?
Baldur's Gate.
I imagine most of the fist line is. Stolen property. Reward offered. In an act of craven vandalism that has not been diminished by the intervening years, the statue of the beloved ranger was callously torn from the central marketplace in Baldur's Gate, and is still yet to be found. Though it has been some time since a replica was erected in its place, the collective of concerned citizens of the Wide remains convinced that the original statue is still out there somewhere, and is willing to bestow a hefty sum upon whoever might assist with its retrieval, no questions asked. We urge the thieves in question to consider. This art piece was commissioned not to offend, but to inspire. Indeed, the bold adventurer depicted is no real person living or dead, but a metaphor for the city itself, standing solid and stern upon his foundations, gazing outward, but still clutching tight to his heart the warmth of hope, represented here as a small and furry hamster. Please, find the hope in your own heart, and return to a blighted city its beloved ranger. Raise a hand in help, and we shall fill it with gold. Enticing.
Keep going.
Now, that we have a minute, I don't want to dance, but I do want you to drop this caravan strongbox. Also, keep this in mind. Yoink that right there. We're going to use that here in a second, actually. Astarion.
Well, hello.
I think we're about ready to dip into this. Now we have a private moment. Thank you.
Never a dull moment.
What's in here? An iron flask. Well, Astarion, you can take that. I'll take that. I guess we'll yoink the iron flask too.
Best get going.
Well, we opened it and we didn't die.
What path lies before me?
So the writer of the letter was already incorrect. And hidden inside here, we have this haystack.
Looks like there's a chest
with perception.
buried in that hay.
And in this chest we have gold and a dowry ring. A simple gold ring with a simple inscription from Mire and Benrin. Let's go give that back to the man. He deserves to have some kind of keepsake. I mean, for what it's worth, it might not even help him. He blames himself for what went down. I imagine they argued over him wanting to keep or spend the money, but who knows, maybe we can help ease his suffering a little here. I found this chest. I think it's yours.
I know this doesn't change anything, but it helps. Thank you.
If nothing else, maybe it'll help you cover the funeral costs.
I need some time alone with her. To say goodbye.
Ordinarily, I would go speak with the dead on her, but with him standing right there, I think that might be a touch too soon, shall we say, so...
Can't
want to reanimate her corpse. Let her rest. Still giving her friend over there the funeral rites, even though the rest of her comrades moved on. Oh, let's go check out this creepy basement. Lots of fire wine barrels in here, which we will be looting, rest assured.
You spot a man crouching between the shelves, just as he spots you.
You remember that we're currently surrounded by lots and lots of explosive barrels, so let's quickly recite this phrase. Little serpent, long shadow.
Oh, helm dwarfs.
So put the fireball down, please.
Flaming fist.
We're surrounded by explosives.
Well, down you go then. They'll be on us soon, so if you're looking to trade, you'd best be quick. Entrance is hidden behind the wardrobe. Here's the key.
Thanks for that, buddy. Yeah, there was a lot of explosives around us right there. That would not have gone well if we didn't know the passphrase. There ain't enough water in the world to counteract what was about to explode in our face. I'll take the bottle. You never know. Now, this place can be a little cheeky too. But we're going to do our best. We do need to come down here. This is the little Zhentarim Hideout that we found by double-crossing the one guy. Well, I guess we didn't even really double-cross him. It's not like we owe him anything, right? It's the one hatch that we can go through. Left him outside holding the bag, huh?
Said you could.
You did. When we come back out of here, we might need to have extra words with you. We do know a little about the Zhentarim, at least from what Karlach passed on a history check, but we're going to find out a little more about him as we progress down this little cave system. I'll just leave it at that we don't exactly see eye to eye. And this will likely be the end of the Zhentarim's trade deals. But why wouldn't we come down here? We might have some goodies, right? We got the nod from the one guy. Surely people who deal in business like that might have some interesting trinkets for sale that could help us on our journey. These ones aren't poison. I wonder if I picked that health potion. Here's an engraved key. I wonder if I picked that health potion up from somewhere in the bog and that's why I poisoned Shadowheart last episode. That's a potential. It would make sense if it was from the... It might seem tedious to go through all these boxes like this and pick up things slowly, piece by piece, especially sausage links, but I assure you, the amount you need to rest in this game on Tactician, like I'm playing on, which doubles the score for resting. Ordinarily it would only take 40 supplies, but on this difficulty it takes 80, so the amount we'll be resting, especially later in the game, it's good to have plenty of rest supplies. We already got the key, so this will open right up.
Look at that.
Look at that. And here we are, fast travel and all. Now that we just came down here, let's take a save. Lord knows what we'll run into among this batch of thieves and scum. Send all this to camp. Surprised they have all this food just laying around in random crates like this. You'd think it'd all be centralized. Not that I'm complaining, it doesn't make our job a lot easier. I will gladly yoink all of this. Now, sometimes I'll just pick all this up and do it after the episode.
That's far enough. What's your business down here? Answer honestly and maybe we'll kill you clean.
Be a little more polite, if I'm honest.
Whoa, hold your arrows. This is Rugen's savior, I'll bet. He told us all about you. Come on in then. Any friend of Rugen's is a friend of the family.
Very astute. Granite rock trap, huh?
Watch your back.
Starry, go ahead and get rid of this little problem for us, just in case.
I've
Boy.
got a long road ahead. Breathe deep and move.
I don't want to be walking into any kind of traps like that.
This place is trapped. What a day.
Sorry, and get rid of this one too. Now we are all buddy-buddy, so we shouldn't have to worry about setting any of that off, but just in case.
Light on my feet.
What's that smell?
Now here is where some prior knowledge of what happens here is going to come in very handy. So we're actually going to split our party here.
Keep your distance, darling. Moving.
We don't want to be grouped up, and you'll see why eventually.
On tippy toe.
Darian, you're going to go up there and hide.
La la la.
Karlach, head on up.
No time to
Let's see
waste.
Shadowheart.
What a charmer. Marching.
You hide too.
There is work to do.
There's a reason for this.
Quiet as a mouse.
You as well.
Hello, you. Stepping softly.
We're gonna have all these people crouch right out here outside any kind of line of sight.
You're making me sweat. I'm too tall for this. Better
We'll
tread
move
carefully.
up.
No one's stopped me yet.
And now we'll progress as normal now that they're in position.
Well, don't you cut a fine figure? Want your portrait done?
I'm not much for vanity.
My pet artist will make you a most heroical likeness.
You have a pet artist?
Let's say we're his patrons, yeah? Found him wandering the wilds alone.
I'm sure he's thrilled to be in your company.
And if his paintings cover our costs, so much the better, eh?
Protection. It sounds a bit more like kidnapping.
Are you looking to buy him? I'm open to offers, mate. Threats? Not so much.
We'll see about that later, huh? Forget the artist. Do you have anything else to trade?
Plenty, if the finer things don't appeal.
You could have just said no. Yeah, we won't be hopping into his inventory for anything, really.
Can't show you the good stuff till...
Right.
Never wanted these.
Hide and seek stuff.
No. No.
Oi! Leave him be, eh? You've got an appointment with Zaris, and she don't like waiting.
I bet she doesn't. That was this guy that was chit-chatting to me.
You don't want to keep Zaris waiting. Believe me.
I'm sure.
Tell her it's a gambling debt. It's happened before.
You're the one who recruited me, Rugen. You're the one who taught me rule number 1. Remember? No. Ollie didn't remember either. Did you, Ollie? You're dead the moment you steal from the Zhentarim. No matter who you are.
You recall an old Zhentarim proverb coined by their founder.
Steel ends enemies, but gold makes friends.
You've read Manchun. Seems you know our ways better than poor Rugen here. There's not much money in retribution, true. Tell you what, you've already taken Rugen's cargo, so finish the job and I'll let you live. Deliver it to Baldur's Gate. Oh, and kill him.
Well, I never was very adverse to killing Rugen here, but an unarmed man tied to a chair, that's not my style.
You were so close. So close to walking out of this alive.
So were you. Alright. Now let's get down to business, shall we?
Wait! They've got oil everywhere and bloody torches!
Now, you will know that I had a little bit of foresight here. But my friends are all out of combat range. All relaxing on the high ground, just in case this ladder were to get taken down for whatever reason that could potentially be. Now, Brem is at 36, Zaris is at 36. All of these people are pretty fucked. Let's start with the leader of this rabble, shall we? He's gonna have a very bad day. Bye, Zaris. Yeah? What do you expect?
Soldier.
Picked a fight with people you shouldn't have picked a fight with. Now you're gonna come on up here, Karlach, just for me. Wonderful. Let's grab your trusty crossbow, and you're gonna hit this guy with advantage. Yep, that's the lovely, lovely critical hit. And now Shadowheart, come on down. Now these assholes are stuck down here. This guy's just hiding down there, eh? Oh, it seems like most of our assholes actually got up here in time, so we don't even have to worry about that. They're just cooked. Oh, happily join that combat.
Is through.
Now we can't go in there without going into the spikes. We won't be doing that.
Miss this.
My turn.
Let's see how they handle the spike growth. Very okay with them attacking Karlach. He broke concentration on me. Lucky, lucky, lucky. I was right on the edge of that. Alright, well, now you've given me no reason to hold back. Enjoy the afterlife.
Wrong fight, friend.
Astarion, you can introduce yourself.
Let's finish this.
Let's. It's only 30%, but we'll take the gamble. He's dead regardless here in a second, thanks to Karlach. Big jumping ability. Goodbye, friend. You're looking a little lonely up here.
Cutting to the chase.
Ah, lucky boy. Not so lucky for this thing.
Let's have some fun.
Astarion,
Let's move.
come on up here and finish this for me. We're still not done. There are some outliers that we need to take care of still.
How much farther can I go?
But the bulk of this issue is resolved. And we did it all with a hefty chunk of coin. We did it all without taking too much fire damage, because there was barrels laid all around here. I'm sure she won't talk to us since we killed her.
Seems willing to speak.
I thought so. There's nothing to be done about that, unfortunately. Everybody here was responsible for smoking her, so... And again, I'm not too sure she would have had anything really of note or interest to say. Probably just would have cursed us. Seemed like she had a hell of an ego. Mind if I help myself to your paintings, dear? Sure they're worth a little chunk of money. Sell those on to the first merchant we find. Here's Rugen.
Very well.
What can we do for you, Oscar?
Wait, wait! I'm just a prisoner! Spare me and there'll be coin, I swear it.
You have my attention. Who are you?
I'm an artist. These faithless bastards were trying to ransom me back to my patron. She is a woman of great means and great generosity to those who serve her well. Heroes who rescue her prize painter, for example. Oscar Fevras, at your service.
I've never heard of you.
An affliction for which you cannot be faulted, this far from civilization.
Affliction, huh?
But my patron will be most grateful for your heroics. My betrothed, I should say. Assuming Lady Janeth still wishes to marry me after our little, falling out.
Trouble in Paradise. What happened?
She offered me a future. And so, in a fit of madness, I told her of my past.
Too much commitment for you, huh?
Loved before she found me. Loved still, in truth. She was less than pleased.
You know, granted, it's a little messy, but I think he did the right thing, telling her that he loved someone else.
Clear my head.
Honesty, right?
To choose, I suppose.
He could have lied and married a very, 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 very wealthy woman and just played it off and used her for her money, but he didn't do that. A truly horrifying dilemma.
Indeed. One to split the very soul. But I dare not dwell on it any longer, lest I weep.
So let's cut to the chase. What can I do for you?
Reward to consider. Once I have made my way safely back to the city. Say, I don't suppose you could spare some coin, could you? Ease the discomforts of the road some.
That would depend highly on how much you want. 200 gold. We're pushing 3k at this point. Hell, Zaris just paid for this, basically. She gave us 550.
A hero to the hilt.
The oldest
Seek me out in the
proof, huh?
city. Truly. Beneath my brush, you'll live forever.
Yeah, gotta move on before I change my
Until
mind.
Baldur's Gate, then.
You're a little pompous for my liking to keep company with you for that long. Alright, Rugen.
No more.
We're gonna let him go. We could kill him, but at the end of the day, none of this is his problem. He let us take the chest, he moved on. He isn't the one that just tried to attack us. I see no reason to put him in the ground.
You beautiful bastard. Thought my luck had finally run out.
Wasn't far off. On a worse day, might have just done that to you. Where are you going? Anyway, Ollie, let's take a gander at you.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Who are you?
Ollie. Zhentarim agent.
What were you transporting?
Chest. Locked. Dangerous.
Maybe gandered into that a little. All we got is an iron flask, and it didn't blow up in our faces, so... Not sure where the danger is. And now these scrubs are all dead. He won't talk to us because we're responsible for giving her the smoke. Now we're far from done with this Zhentarim cave. I assure you there's good cause to come down here. Very good cause. We're going to be handsomely rewarded. Just start grabbing this stuff so you all don't have to put up with me slowly cycling through. I'll send it all back to camp in the meantime, in between episodes. Potato porridge. Don't grumble about green grapes. True and Impossible Adventures of Tenbrook's Morrow. An excerpt from the True and Impossible Adventures of Tenbrook's Morrow, a pulp serial following the real-life exploits of an interplanar ship's captain. The real Captain Morrow is known to never have left her native Waterdeep, and emerges from her rooms at the Yawning Portal only to exchange scrawled manuscripts for fresh meals and ink. It is quite a feeling to fall forever. Of course, fall does not exactly describe it, nor indeed does fly. Each patch of sky in the elemental plane of air is bound by no law but its own, rendering petty attempts at direction or definition meaningless. It is exactly this ferocious freedom that makes a plunge through the eternal blue the only way I've learned to truly relax. You seem distracted, observed Arules, shouting to be heard over the howling wind. That the goblin could so easily pierce my inscrutable facade was no surprise to me, for she is a sage of considerable wisdom, and a lifelong friend to boot. I am, I acknowledged, expertly adjusting my posture to avoid a drifting Arakocra nest. Lord Primus was forewarned of my contract to infiltrate his mind palace. I had to leave my entire crew on Mykonos just to escape alive. I could sense her frown beneath the bleached bone skull that eternally obscured her face. It was an affectation of her monastic order, and just one of the many things I had never truly understood about her. All perished. Surely the traitor was among them. Perished? Oh no. I traded them. Lord Primus wished to study mortal mannerisms, and he was most forthcoming with the identity of my betrayer in return. I reached out across the divide and slipped from her finger the ring of command. With the loss of the magical item, she instantly ceased to fly, and began to fall in earnest. A subtle distinction, but an important one. Her screams were already lost to the whipping wind by the time new bride loomed into view. I climbed aboard, weighing the ring in my palm. Its exact twin was nestled upon my own finger, forged by Irules many moons ago as a symbol of our undying friendship. Worry not, dear reader. She is my friend still, and it is fully my intention to return and catch her someday. That's a hell of a way to deal with a backstabber. Plunge her into an eternally fallen state. Such a thing as fate's worse than death. Now, what would be the best course of action here? There's lots of these bombs around here. And you see there, quite the setup of firewire, and all of this is destructible, so let's go this way. Be smart in our approach. There are still plenty of enemies to deal with here, and some lockpicking checks that good old Astarion's gonna have to catch.
something over there.
This is a much better approach. Still plenty of bombs, but nothing's destructible, so we won't fall to our deaths if the worst happens. Probably take those. Darian.
Let's move.
You're first.
Feel their anguish.
You fell for the bait. Move him up, but not too far. We don't want him in range of this. No. I wonder if we fireball this, will it explode? For science. It doesn't. We just got rid of it. That's fine. That's okay. Let's spawn in a great sword there. Hold the line for me a little.
No choice but to keep
going. Back. Hit this with Bone Chill. Don't think we have the range for that, so let's sit you right about there.
Let's cook with fire, baby.
Karlach, you already know the drill. You're my front line. Give her some rage. And now all these rats are gonna come dash to the rescue.
You've messed up. We've buried tougher than you.
Oh, you're a barbarian too, huh? Oh, we missed. That is unfortunate. Let's deal with some of these wolves while we have the opportunity.
What should I do?
What you should do? Throw a massive guiding bolt at her, and please hit her.
Strike hard, strike fast.
Thank you.
Still breathing, despite everything.
What we're gonna do? Do some more cheekiness. That'll do. Enjoy my spike growth. Karlach, move out of the fire, please. Take a potion. And just for the sake of maintaining your rage, you're gonna shoot an arrow ball. Thank you very much. Now you sit here and just face tank everything if you'd be so kind. You incite and howl all you want, but he's gonna have a bad day inside my spike growth. That's why I wanted you to attack. Oh, you're dead. You're so dead when I'm done. Bonk. Of course, the weapon flies, so we take no damage in our spike growth with that. Now she's dead. Indeed. Astarion. Take a shot at him. Let him know how it feels to get peppered with crossbow bolts. Let her heart. Just throw shit at him. Thank you.
I won't give in.
And now for our turn, I suppose. We'll just sling some arrows. We can sling some arrows in too, actually. Or better yet.
Blood follows me.
Let's get this asshole out. He's rather annoying down there.
Watch this.
Sorry, puppy. You're rather annoying, aren't you?
I'm ready.
Here you go, asshole. Enjoy. Goodbye.
On the move.
Time for a cull.
Darian.
Sounds like fun.
Can't even catch my breath.
Now we're going to turn off spike growth. We won't be needing it for the last little
Think you can take me off here?
guy to take here.
This is gonna feel good.
Karlach.
I've got it.
Move on up a little. Crit hits can't save you, friend. Gonna have a bad day.
The hammer's gonna fall.
Alright, and now that's the Zhentarim location truly taken care of.
Moving ahead.
Unfortunately, we did kind of collapse this, but it's okay. Karlach has a great jumping ability. Take all your keys and the simple toxin. These can go to Shadowheart for sale later. Too bad about the wolves. Not their fault, they had shitty owners that had to go.
I'm done. I can't wait to sleep.
Luckily for you, we have a great opportunity to rest after we're done here, so never to worry about that. We are over encumbered. What is the heaviest thing we're packing? Stack of gold is up there. Shadowheart, you hold that. You can hold that too. I don't know why we have a spear, that's not for us. No, as long as we're not encumbered. That's the important part. I'll organize all my inventory off camera after we're done with this episode. Take care of most of this.
Careful, I bite.
You did try to back at camp. Skeleton key would make it boring, Astarion. You wouldn't get to be useful. You'd be truly devastated without serving a purpose, I'm sure. Gold ring. Brass locket. It's their little treasure room. The ornate chest we have Abyss Beckoners. Demon Spirit Aura. The wearer's summoned creature has resistance to all damage except psychic. At the start of the summoned creature's turn, it must succeed a wisdom saving throw or be driven mad. Won't be using it, but they'll catch at least a sale price, or we'll feed it to Gale at some point when he gets a little hungry. You can never have too many throwaway items. Burlap sack. Big gold. That's from a soothsayer. Alright, that takes care of this, but we're not done yet.
Alright, what now?
Don't burn yourself.
Hop down here for me, we got loot to get. It's gonna prone you, but you'll be alright, right? Yoink that. Yoink that. What did Jog have? A key. Now you're strong enough to hop back up? You are.
What to do?
Benefits of high strength.
Swift as my feet can carry me. That's curious.
Indeed it is. Another burrow hole. Of course, we got ourselves over encumbered again right there, picking that up. Send that to camp. Alright, Astarion. It's time for you to be useful again, friend.
Hardly a challenge.
Go ahead and open this for me.
That might be worth a look.
And what do we have here? Second treasure room.
Someone's left a trap.
And your traps. And infernal iron. Very useful for us. Send this to me, and I'll send that to me.
Yes! Damon can use this to fix me.
You can. Now, hopefully you guys will pass the perception check on the second one. Thank you very much. Wonderful. Gold and scroll of chatter. Send that to me too. Anything else of use in here? The main thing we came here for was obviously the Infernal Iron. Now, if you notice, when you look at the map, you see this dead-end wall here, but something doesn't quite look right on the map down there when you look at it. So, we approach.
That wall's an illusion. Hiding what, I wonder?
I wonder indeed. It is hiding an elevator. Could we possibly need an elevator for here? Well, the wench is unlocked. Let's save up. We are going to briefly dip down here, but we're not staying down here. Only for a second. Let's see what we found ourselves. Welcome to your first look at the Underdark. Again, we're not staying. We won't be exploring the Underdark now. Just dipping down here for a second.
Such depth to the shadows.
The Underdark.
I don't care what others say about the
Foolish place to
Underdark.
hide contraband.
It's beautiful
even for a
down
cent.
here.
The Underdark would be our character's home.
To a crypt's gloom. This is something else.
That's a home sweet home for our character.
How delicious.
Darian, if you would be so kind as to make yourself useful. Thank you, buddy. Smoke powder bomb goes to Shadowheart. She's carrying our explosives. I'm gonna loot a lot of the rest of this as a Starian. There's a lot going on down here, and we barely have any inventory space, so...
Step lightly.
Thankfully, we're not here for too long. A few hops and skips. Come on over here. Somebody pass it.
Looks like a trap.
Thank you. Figured somebody had to pass the check, right? Now, we could come here later if we wanted to. And we would still just come up here and do what we're doing, but... I always like to dip down here a little early. I mean, we're literally right here. Why not? It's all this free loot and goodies. Ripe for the picking. And if we need anything right now, it's gold. So... it just made sense.
The hells was that? Let's not get buried down here.
Really? I thought he would have liked the Underdark. He was right up his alley as a vampire. Plenty of fresh food. A surprising amount of fresh food, actually. Considering how deep down in the ground we are in their smuggling tunnels, you'd think all this would have rotted by now. Take the ingots.
These fungal spores are everywhere.
We would know about fungal spores, given what kind of druid we are. And those to Astarion.
More are coming.
I don't like that.
That voice. What was that?
They're coming. They're coming.
Still your mind to this unusual voice.
This might be some devil's ploy. Don't listen to it.
They're coming. You're coming.
Yeah, I don't like that. Keep that in mind for probably 4 or 5 episodes from now. Will be when we come down here. I'm encumbered, but not to worry. We're wrapping the episode up after these 3 crates. I'll deal with all that off camera. I won't suffer you guys through it, but here is your sneak peek at the Underdark, where we will be coming very shortly. Like I said, we're going to do the mountain path and the Underdark path. I will do both. This place is very cool. And of course, we had to come to the Underdark because I'm a drow. It's literally my homeland. I'm excited to come down here, especially as a spore druid. Things are going to get very interesting for us. Alright everybody, that is going to be a wrap for this episode. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, leave a like and a comment. If you want to support the cause and help improve the channel, of course there is a tip link in the description below. Otherwise, stay tuned and I'll see you soon with more Baldur's Gate 3. Take care everybody, have a great day.